Hi guys, today we will be making a lava lamp animation. Of course, inspired by the atmosphere of the Arcane series. I've already drawn this illustration in advance, so we'll focus on the bubbles. In the settings, I have frames per second set to 12, duration to 2. The illustration consists of a folder with hoses, a folder with a flask. On separate layers, there are bubbles and a glare. So we remove the bubbles because we are going to animate them now. First, draw ovals that will represent the top and bottom planes of the flask. Apply full duration to the frame. Next, we go to a new track and collapse the panel into a flipbook. Here we draw bubbles that stick to the bottom and top. Great, and also apply full duration to this frame. Create a new track and collapse the panel. Well, let's move on to creating the first bubble. On the first frame, slightly increase one of the bubbles. When you click on the timer, you can make sure that you have the onion skin setting enabled. We move on to the next frame. We draw a bubble that is already slightly more outside the borders and moving upwards. Next frame. The bubble begins to form higher but is still attached to the main part. Let's move on to the next frame. Draw the bubble, but still attach it a little to the main part. Next frame. Draw the bubble a little higher and a small branch at the bottom to show that the bubble is detached. Next frame, the bubble is a little higher and stretch its shape a little in width. You can also add a small drop at the bottom. Well, let's take a look at the first preview. It looks great. Now I'm starting to paint the bubbles, but in fact I'll paint the main part later. We move on, draw a circle that moves up and a little to the right. In the following frames, we continue to move it a little to the right and up. And then we wrap it back a little to the left, thereby creating the effect that it floats unevenly. Next, when the bubble approaches the upper border, we begin to draw a branch from the main part and also add it to the upper part of the bubble. In the next frame, the bubble is already connected to the main part. And after that, we finish drawing a few more frames when the bubble already becomes part of the top. Well, let's watch another preview. Great. Now we create a new track and start drawing the next bubble. I also start drawing from the first frame. First, we start increasing the border of the left bubble. In the next frame, the bubble is already slightly more coming out of the main lower part. Then, by analogy, we draw several frames when the bubble has not yet completely separated from the main part. I want to make the bubble fly upward, touching the left border of the flask. Accordingly, when it breaks away, the left part will be flat, repeating the border of the flask. Next, we draw the movement of our bubble upward. And now we draw the following frames with the bubble moving higher until it reaches almost the top of the flask. Here we also begin to connect the bubble to the main part, gradually turning it into the shape of the top. And now we can watch the preview. For now, we will leave it like this. A little later, we will deal with the distribution of these bubbles along the timeline. So, let's move on to the next bubble. I create a new track and collapse the panel in the flipbook. I want to make this bubble so that it merges in the process with our first bubble. Let's start by analogy with the previous ones, with the growth of the lower part shape. I draw this bubble smaller in size. We draw how it smoothly flows out of the lower shape. Then it has already separated from the bottom, and now we need to connect them with the first bubble. To do this, I move it to the left. Now I do not have enough speed for this bubble, since the first one has almost flown up. So let's go back to the timeline. I will group all the frames of this track. And now I also group the frames of the track with the first bubble. Next, I move the first bubble a little further on the timeline. Thus, the first bubble will appear a little later. Now we move to our third bubble, and we have the opportunity to connect them. In this frame, I draw how it smoothly begins to flow into the main shape and then gradually reduce it. Great, let's see what it looks like in preview. Now let's group all the frames of the third bubble. And I move them further on the timeline. Look at the preview. Okay, now we need to add the fourth bubble. I create a new track, and I start increasing the shape of another bubble. Here we repeat all the steps that we did earlier. We slightly stretch the outline upwards until the bubble breaks away from the main shape. After that, the bubble smoothly moves upwards until it reaches the top part and also connects to it by analogy with the others. Look at the preview. Let's draw another small bubble. Here, all the steps are also by analogy with the previous ones. Gradually stretch it upwards further along a small curve. Move it until it connects to the top part. Here we started drawing the bubble not at the beginning of the timeline, so its path ended in the middle, when the composition ended. Let's duplicate the last frame. We will bring it to the beginning outside the composition. After that, it will be highlighted on the background and you can continue drawing. Preview. I want to add another bubble. Let's speed it up a little bit here, because all the other steps are similar. It looks good. Moving on, now I want to draw bubbles on the background that will move from top to bottom. First, let's pick a color. It should be a little darker than the front part. Great, then we start drawing bubbles on a layer under the main part. For now, we don't focus on how the front part moves, because we will also move them along the timeline after we draw them. Great, the first bubble is ready. I didn't really like the speed at which it goes down. So let's make a couple more intermediate frames to make the speed slower. Look at the preview. It got better. Well, now let's group these frames and move this bubble a little further. I want to position it so that the middle is on the borders of the composition. Accordingly, for this, we need to duplicate our group and cut off its beginning. And after that, place it at the very beginning of the composition. Let's watch the preview. Great, now I'm drawing another bubble to the right. Let's watch another preview. I want to try to fill the preview as much as possible. So I'm drawing another bubble. It's small, it will be on the left. Let's make the trajectory of the curve along which it will descend a little larger. Preview. Let's go back to the timeline and group the frames of this track. And also group the frames of the other bubble. Now let's move it a little on the timeline, forward and backward. Watch the preview. I don't really like the speed of the last small bubble, so let's add a few more intermediate frames. Super! Well, the next step is filling the bubbles. I did it in the background, and this is the animation I got. What do you think about today's lesson? Was it interesting or useful for you? Write comments and also check out the sponsorship level in my profile. See you!